What is up, conscious monkeys? Today is February 16th, and I'm feeling a little sluggish. I woke up with a pretty bad headache, and so much so that I even had to cancel a interview that I had scheduled for today, which sucks. I feel bad because it's happened to me before where people message you the same day and you're like, "Hey, I'm not going to be able to make it today." And you're like, "Shit, like I planned out this time." And it's interesting because I've always, in a way, I don't want to say be offended, but in a way was angered by it or built up some negative energy. And maybe this is just the universe's way of saying shit happens, that you kind of just got to go with the flow. There was a little bit of a fear even telling this person I couldn't talk with them, that I couldn't meet with them today, because maybe that they would get angry because I was getting angry. So there's a fear that maybe they won't reschedule and then you lose this person. And then it starts the whole downward spiral of negative self talk. So I think it's probably a good lesson that I needed to learn. And I'm sure that's probably why it happened. It was because it was a lesson that I needed to learn. So yeah, end of the day, if you're feeling sick, you have a headache, call off. You gotta prioritize yourself, right? Because at the end of the day, if I'm not feeling my best, then the interview is going to suffer, and it's not fair to her because she's taking time out of her day to meet with me. And so, yeah, so it's unfortunate. So if I feel a little down, it's a mixture of that, the headache, and telling this guest that I'll be unable to accommodate today. However, speaking of a little bit more positive news, I have come across the next stop on the traveling itinerary, and it's a little place called Egypt. Maybe you've heard of it. There's just been so many different universal signs that have been telling me I need to go there. And what does that mean? Like, either I would see Egypt pop up in certain places or conversations, and it was just one of this like repetitive pattern where it's just like Egypt, 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 Egypt. And this kind of touches on angel numbers, because I posted this in on my Instagram, and go check that out if you haven't seen it, at Traveling to Consciousness. And the thing with angel numbers is, we attribute it to like repeating numbers like 111, 222, 333. However, and I'm not sure if there's a divide in the angel number community or not, but I personally believe that any number, and therefore maybe every number, holds a message in it. Yet, the numbers that are for you, you'll feel this energizing charge when you see them. So when you see it, you're like, whoa, like that just hit me. Like my body or emotional reaction just kind of changed. And my opinion is that indicates that it's a angel number or specific number for you, especially if it repeats all the time. You get a weird string of numbers, like, and they're just always repeating. It indicates that that's a number for you. I'm not going to go too in depth on that, and it's a little bit of a tangent. It's kind of what I'm believing with angel numbers right now. But yeah, Egypt. So that's the next stop, because it kept appearing and kept energizing me. And where this kind of like energy I felt it the most was I started looking up Airbnb pictures. And whenever I originally thought about doing this, thought I was going to go by myself, and I was just like, all right, I'm just going to go stay near the pyramids because I know that's where I want to go, where I need to be. And so I was looking at Airbnb pictures, And these pictures out of their windows, you could see the pyramids. And as I was looking at these pictures, I could feel that energy just starting to boil up and like inside of me. And it was just like this magnetism towards these structures. So much so that I found myself to the point where I actually kind of started tearing up. And it was tears of a mixture of joy and energy, but it was overall just this feeling of this is what I have to do next. And it's one of those things that you just kind of have to go with, right? And so, yeah, I mean, I know now that I got to get there. My plan is to go at the end of March. My birthday is March 28th, and I think it would make sense to be there on my birthday. Don't know why, just feels like that would be a very energetic enlightenment kind of time. I don't know. We'll see. This is also going to be the first birthday I have where I've like been this deep down the spiritual rabbit hole. So I guess that'll be interesting too. I'll be looking for signs. With that being said, my dad expressed interest because he always watches that Ancient Aliens show. And for those who don't know, it's just basically how they basically go through archaeological discoveries and try to attribute it to aliens. And some of it's pretty pretty attributable. But a lot of this happens in Egypt. And so I think that has also really captivated my dad to want to go. And so I think he's in. So if, it sounds like it's going to be me and him for sure. And then my brother has been even considering it because he's got a super busy schedule with his job and everything. But it sounds like he's going to try. So it might just be a Terry Mann trip to Egypt, which would be pretty cool. But regardless, all that aside, I know that I need to go, that I'm going to go. And it's just a question of who's going to come with. So I'm super excited about that. Other than that, I don't really have much else to say. Send me your headache remedies. Or I guess this is going to be airing the day after, so hopefully that headache's gone. Just gotta get the liquids in. Alright, cool guys. Well, that's kind of the spiritual information from me. Hopefully you guys are doing well. Hope everyone else is doing well out there. And with that being said, Conscious Monkeys. Oh, yeah, merchandise update. Finalized the contract on merchandise. So just going to wait for that art to come in. It should be done within the month. But I don't want him to rush it because I want to get you guys the best stuff possible. So with that being said, that's the best I got for you guys. With that being said, I'm your host, Clayton Terry. This was another episode of Catch Up with Clayton. And like always, let's grow together.